I was asked to record some videos like this to see what the results were, so I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. Generally, I proclaim that I have a face made for radio and a voice made for print, but situations being what they are, this seems like the best route to go. But in this video, I want to discuss the 70% club. It's kind of a loose interpretation of the law, if you will, but that is primarily because a lot of people utilize foundations and not-for-profits in order to avoid taxes, and that's not at all what we're doing. In fact, each and every one of the commercial ventures as part of the rural development centers will pay taxes, full taxes, in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. And the proceeds, the foundation as the owner will have the rightful claim to the proceeds of the commercial ventures. Philippine law states that 70% of all donations must be utilized for humanitarian purposes or their intended purpose when donated. Insofar as their actual proceeds and not donations, we're taking kind of a loose interpretation with that law, and we're sewing it up in the bylaws and the articles of incorporation for the not-for-profit, the foundation. And to that extent, 70% of all proceeds from all commercial ventures will be returned to provide direct and tangible benefit to the beneficiaries of the programs undertaken by the foundation. And at such a time as a sufficient level of economic maturity has been reached that all of the existing programs are funded, then at that time we will begin expanding, and that is all done through a tripartite means of oversight and management of daily operations, and I'll be explaining that in a different video. But Philippine law, as noted, was set up so that at least 70% of all donations to a foundation must be spent on their intended purpose and cannot be utilized for overhead costs, administrative costs, or otherwise diverted from their intent. So again, utilizing a loose interpretation of the law in addition to very strict and confining corporate bylaws, which must be, if they are ever to be overridden, if anyone is ever to try and detract from that principle, that base principle, it will require a vote from the national coordinators for the social support services teams, the foundation, and the incorporation. So hopefully that's going to be enough in place with the social support services team giving an enforceable voice to the actual beneficiaries, a direct and enforceable voice. And in addition to that, with the incorporation obviously being able to expand as necessary, but based again on the needs of the local environment, the local communities, and enforceable by, with the ultimate say being determined at the local level for any commercial interests that are established at the local level. So overall, we think it's a pretty solid system, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below.